This discussion examines the recent escalation of United States military pressure near Venezuela, focusing on the American Navy's strikes against boats in the region and their broader aims, ostensibly combating drug trafficking, but also exerting pressure on the Venezuelan regime and potentially pursuing regime change. The conversation covers the impact on neighboring countries such as Trinidad and Tobago, as well as the domestic and geopolitical motivations underpinning U.S. actions. A logical analysis from an external vantage point reveals several clear limitations and errors in these actions. Firstly, the justification for strikes is presented as drug interdiction, specifically stopping substances like fentanyl from reaching the U.S. However, local sources and evidence indicate that this maritime route is primarily used for marijuana and, to a lesser extent, cocaine, not fentanyl. Most fentanyl enters the U.S. via the Mexican land border. Thus, the main rationale is inaccurate, and the collateral impact, deaths of civilians, disruption to legitimate fishing livelihoods, and bodies washing up on neighboring shores, is profound and distressing. Further, the conversation exposes a pattern of short-term thinking and historical amnesia. The U.S. expects that targeted strikes or even limited attacks on Venezuelan soil will trigger the rapid collapse of the Maduro regime, foster regime change, and halt migration. Historical precedent, both in Latin America, such as Panama and Cuba, and elsewhere, Iraq, demonstrates that such interventions rarely produce stable or favorable outcomes. Instead, they often exacerbate regional instability, provoke humanitarian crises, and erode confidence in international law, especially when due process is bypassed. This analysis highlights the remarkable human tendency to recycle failed strategies while ignoring unintended consequences. The pursuit of immediate advantage, political gain, resource control, or perceived national security overrides a longer-term evidence-based assessment. The result is a sequence of actions that risks increasing rather than resolving the underlying problems of instability, migration, and illicit trade. Logic suggests a more constructive and lawful approach is not only possible but required.